Things are changing, families are shifting how they are searching for care. We know what's happening. It's a new world, it's an AI world. When they're searching for care, they're going to sites like ChatGPT to learn more about home care agencies. Hi, my name is Nick Bonitatibus, owner and founder of Digital Champions, and I have been speaking and teaching the things that we're about to learn today over the last decade in the home care industry. So, one of the things that I've noticed that has been happening really often is I go to a conference, I'm talking to some of my clients, they come up to me. There was one particular individual who came up to me, he starts talking, he's like, Nick, I really got to ask you this question. This is something to give you some backstory. He had been struggling in his business, they had some health issues, him and his wife, and they were kind of just getting by, really just not really going out marketing, doing much work, doing much effort, but we had built them a foundation of videos on their YouTube channel. So they got a call and this specific inquiry came in and they asked, hey, how did you find out about us? And they said, Chat GPT. This is something that I'm seeing more and more. Home care agencies are getting inquiries and the results are from ChatGPT. Now, one thing to note about this is that I can't actually prove that it's because of the videos that we're creating, but it did get me really curious on how are these search results coming up when it comes to AI? What are these AI tools like ChatGPT, like Perplexity, like Claude? What are they pulling from to give them these results where your home care agency can come up first when that individual is looking for care and goes to search? So what's unique is that I actually found some interesting data that's come up that is really important for you to make note of. The first one, and this is going to be an obvious one, is that one of the more popular AI sites that's still being utilized every day is Gemini, which is just part of Google's platform. So naturally, Google is going to pull and utilize a massive amount of content and pulling from YouTube because Google owns YouTube. When it comes to Gemini, YouTube is the top cited source in where people are pulling information from. YouTube is cited roughly 200 times more than any other video platform. So we know, obviously, YouTube, when it comes to video, is the top dog. But it's interesting that we're seeing where these stats are coming from and where it's pulling from. But what's also important to note is that you don't have to be a really big creator to be showing up in search. The way that the platforms work, these AI tools are running through these AI transcriptions of the videos to then recommend the data. One thing that we've been doing with our clients is that there's actually a feature in YouTube where you can go to the settings, go to the advanced settings, and then scroll down to the bottom, and you can actually find this checkbox that says allow AI models to find your content and use it for recommendations. So if you are a YouTube creator and you're creating content for your home care business, make sure that you go to these settings and change this so that you can allow the AI models to find your videos and use them as reference points when people are doing search. So how are these AI platforms recommending your home care agency or home care agencies when a potential family member is going to look for care? Number one, I talked about this, is like having a video library. This doesn't mean that you're creating one video you're posting on YouTube. This is having a library of content. So the same way that SEO was really popularized with creating educational content, creating blogs, but what's happened so much is we're getting a ton of AI slop, if you've heard that expression, and just it's so much that AI is now recognizing AI slop. And so if you are doing traditional SEO that involves blogs, those aren't performing as well if you're doing this just like throwing AI slop at it, or an agency that you're getting services from is just throwing whatever they can on there. But what is working is having these video tools where you have this video sharing educational content. Not to mention there's a whole other list of ways that you can leverage these videos out in your referral marketing effort. We're just talking about search right now, but this is a huge element. So video obviously being one, and if you know me and you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that video is a big thing that we're pushing because it works, but it has a lot of other elements. But what are other ways that you can make sure that you're showing up in AI search outside of video? The second one is what you're doing with your Google profile and Google reviews. We have to get more Google reviews. I talk about this with every single one of my clients. Every time that I speak at events across the country, I always bring this up because to me, this is the number one thing that you can be doing that is so simple and so easy, but so many agencies aren't prioritizing it. You have to make sure that you're prioritizing Google reviews, whatever it means that you do. A lot of times what I see agencies is they get real hype. They're like, let's get a bunch of reviews. They have a push for a second and then it fades out and they stop pushing it. This needs to be part of your daily operational procedures, your weekly, monthly. Hey, what are we doing to push more Google reviews? What systems and operations do we have in the business that are pushing Google reviews? So one thing that you can do that I recommend to a lot of my clients is when it comes to reviews in this industry, we don't want to be asking after services have completed because we know that that generally means that your client passed away. Not really a great time to be asking for a review. And I get that. And so when is the best time to ask for a review? There's really two elements here. The first one is 2 weeks to a month after starting services. This is a great system to put in place because if you don't already, you should have some type of follow-up service that involves you checking in after services have started. So 30, 60, 90 days, hey, checking in. Hey, how's it going? How are we doing? Is there anything we can be doing different? How's your caregivers? How are they working out for you? The reason why this is such an effective time is that when it comes to reviews in general, we're looking for transformation. We're looking for what was it like before starting services and what is it like now? And so in that first month of services, they still remember what it was like before they had the care, and now they're knowing what it looks like now. So part of the review, what I recommend that you ask them to share is to specifically say things like, what was it like before starting care and what is it like now? And now you're going to get that transformation in the review. Not to mention, if you provide information that helps them to write the review, it makes it that much easier. What we want to do is make it a process in our systems, in our operations, that when you're going through, whether it's a client coordinator, whether you have a caregiver doing this, whether you're calling the people individually, we want to make sure that we're following up on a regular, consistent basis to ask them. Now, the second thing, or when to ask for a review, is after they express the services being adequate, the services being great. That's obviously a pretty home run when someone says, hey, we really love and appreciate the work you're doing. Oh, great. Thank you so much. Would you be willing to write a review? You should have your Google review link everywhere, easily accessible. Put it on business cards. Put it somewhere where it's easy to find. Put it in the notes in your phone. Put it in places where your whole team has access to it. That Google review link should be something that's easy to find. You know exactly where it is and you can share it consistently, easily. You can put it on a QR code and then have that QR code in your photos. We want to make this process as simple and easy as possible. Now, we're not just blasting out our Google reviews to every single person that we come encounter with, but we do want to make sure it's easy. If we can help them, if we can have the caregivers help the process. I've seen some agencies, what they'll do is they'll actually have their caregiver. If the caregiver's name is mentioned, then they reward that caregiver. There's things that you can do to where your caregivers can actually start to push more Google reviews based on the services that they are providing in the home. Generally speaking, it's going to be better to talk to the family member because they're a little bit more tech savvy than the senior themselves. So those are things to look for. But getting more Google reviews is going to be extremely impactful for your overall digital footprint and allowing your agency to come up first in these AI searches. Other things that are coming up when in regards to finding you through AI search is like different directories. So it could be caring.com, a place for mom, those types of sites that have more data, their general directories and listing of your agency. So that can be really helpful. So if you are using sites like that and you're getting care, make sure you're getting reviews on those sites as well. And then one of the key ones, which I touched on earlier, is still your website. This is a big part of understanding your overall digital SEO presence. There are different aspects that are more relevant now, like SEO is less the common term and EAT is the more common term, and what that's being projected, which includes a number of different areas, like social media is an important part of what you're doing online and having an active presence, what that looks like. So we need to make sure that we're creating an overall well-rounded digital presence if you want to start showing up in search, because we know direct referral marketing is changing and evolving, and digital is becoming more and more dominant in how people are purchasing care. So if we're not taking action, if we're not leveraging and creating YouTube videos, really understanding how SEO works from what we're doing, not trying to just outsource it to other people, you have the control to create YouTube videos, to get more Google reviews. And those are the two biggest ones that are going to drive the greatest greatest results. So if you're looking to generate more business through these AI searches and you want to build a library of video resources that you can really leverage and utilize, and not just from a search standpoint, but out in your direct referral marketing effort when you're interacting with clients, then we're here to help guide you through this process with our program called Video Sales Accelerator. We're here to help. I'd love to talk about your business to see if it's right for you. Schedule a call today. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Take care.